my name is Shilpa and welcome back to the channel. In midlife, many deficiencies can occur. One of the common one, in women particularly, is the calcium deficiency. In this video, we are going to talk more about why calcium is important and how deficiencies can be prevented. Whenever we say calcium, bones come into our mind. Yes, calcium is the building block of all our bones, the skeletal system, which actually protects all your organs in the body, and it also supports your skin on top of that to make you look so good. It is also important for the teeth, so it is also a building block for your teeth. Calcium is also important in the contraction of your muscles, so it is also important in the muscular system of your body. Very few people know that calcium is one of the vital mineral which is responsible for perfect functioning of your nervous system. The role of calcium extends from initiating the nerve signal to the execution of that particular thing when the action is taken. Calcium is also important for heart health. So it is important in efficiency of your heart pumping the blood. So overall, calcium is one of the most important mineral of your body. And deficiency of calcium can present with a plethora of conditions. Few of them are muscle ache, cramps and spasm, bone issues like osteopenia and osteoporosis, dental issues, painful PMS, conditions with nails and skin, sleep disturbances like insomnia and sleepiness, extreme fatigue and even depression. So why calcium deficiencies occur in the first place? And this is very important to know because we get our calcium basically from the food that we eat. The absorption of calcium from the food, because it is not like you are taking 250 mg of calcium and everything gets absorbed. This absorption depends on many factors. One of them is the metabolism. So as we age, our metabolism decreases and the absorption, efficiency of absorption actually decreases. So we get lesser calcium absorbed from the same amount of or same quality of food. When this happens, the blood calcium levels in the blood goes down, and to compensate for that, excess calcium which is stored in the bones is taken into the blood. This causes bones to have lesser calcium left with them, and that is how bones become porous, or the density of bones, what we say, reduces and they become brittle and they can even break. Women particularly have even lesser calcium density to start with. So as compared to men, we already have a lesser calcium levels in our body, and when we age, of course, age is one of the factors, but another important factor is the hormone called estrogen. So when we go towards the menopause or perimenopause, the estrogen levels start declining drastically. Because of this, again, the absorption of calcium from food to the blood reduces further, and again giving rise to the calcium from the bone to be taken into the body, which leaves bones porous or brittle or weaker. This increases the risk of osteoporosis and fractures as well. Another thing which is seen recently, a reason for calcium deficiency, is restrictive diets. Now during the midlife, many people gain weight, and it becomes sort of a desperate situation for many to lose this weight, and while doing that they go to restrictive diet as a last resort, which mostly avoid dairy like things which we have been taking as a food which is calcium rich. Because of this drastic reduction of dairy, some people again might have calcium deficiencies if they are not supplementing that calcium somewhere else. So restrictive diet is another reason because of which calcium deficiencies can occur. So how to maintain the calcium levels and how to avoid these deficiencies? Number one is diet, because whatever minerals, whatever vitamins you can consume through diet is the best way to do it, because those foods come with multiple nutrients which support each other and support the absorption as well. Like for example, if you are having milk, milk has calcium and milk has also vitamin D, and vitamin D is important for calcium absorption. Milk also has fat, which is important for absorption of vitamin D. So fat helps vitamin D to be absorbed. Vitamin D helps the calcium to be absorbed. This makes milk as a whole food, as a good food for getting the required amount of calcium in your body. Moreover, your body really knows, it has a fair idea of how much absorption is required. So it's very rare that with a proper diet, even if instead of let's say 200 ml of milk, if I'm having 300 ml of milk, I will not overdo the calcium. Body will know where to stop mostly, unless you are going just way beyond the levels that are recommended. Number 2 is vitamin D. Now vitamin D is, of course it's a vitamin, but it is also important in absorption of calcium because it secretes a hormone called calcitrol. Calcitrol is the hormone which actually helps calcium to be absorbed in your body. So unless that is in a right amount, no matter how much food you are eating or how much supplement you are taking, it will not be absorbed properly in your body. Number 3 is magnesium. Again, this is another mineral which is like calcium, that is also very important for your body. But it also affects the absorption of calcium. It synthesizes a hormone called calcitonin. Now this calcitonin is also important for absorption of calcium. So mostly doctors will prescribe you, if you have the deficiencies that they might prescribe you something which is a combination of vitamin D and calcium and magnesium. So this is a very good trio which works with each other for the right amount of absorption of calcium in your body. Number 4 is supplements. So if you have really low levels of calcium and your doctor feels that it is not going to get compensated by just good lifestyle or just good diet or just increasing a little bit of magnesium and vitamin D based stuff in your body, then probably they will advise you to go with these supplements. However, again, we have seen many people going and buying calcium supplements over the counter. Don't do that, because it is not just one type of calcium. Calcium is the base name of the mineral that we know of, but the medicines or the supplements which are given for calcium are of different types and they suit different people. So for example, you have calcium carbonate, calcium citrate, calcium gluconate, calcium lactate. So these are different types of formulations for the calcium supplements, and only a doctor will be the right person to tell you which one is for you. So if you have really low levels of calcium, you feel, please get them checked. It is a simple test through the blood. The doctor can tell you that you have a lower level of calcium and how low it is, if it can be changed with the diet, if it can be changed with a little bit of push of vitamin D, or whichever way. So please talk to the doctor before buying any supplements. Diet, however, you can follow a healthy diet to get better levels of calcium. Which are the types of food we are talking about? There are many, but mainly go for all the green vegetables. It includes all the green leafy vegetables like spinach, like collard green, kale, cabbage, all of these. You can also have green vegetables, particularly in green in color, which are like broccoli, okra, green beans. So these are good. Another group of foods that will be great for calcium is beans, all types of beans. So then you have your mung beans, black beans, you have the white beans. But when I'm saying all these beans, don't go for the canned ones. Have fresh beans. You can soak them or you can sprout them, you can cook them and add to your favorite salads. That's a great way of having beans. So Any beans are great for getting good amount of calcium. Then in your snacks, if you want to elevate the calcium a little bit, then go for dry fruits like figs, almonds, and you can also have different seeds like sesame seeds, chia seeds. These are very high in calcium. Surprisingly, there are few fruits also which are high in calcium. So the orange, which is only known for vitamin C, is also a great calcium source. So you can have oranges, you can have kiwi, plum, dates, blackberries. These are all good fruits with high level of calcium. Then your meat, eggs, and fish like sardine or salmon. These are again great sources of calcium. And last but not the least, whatever you can get hold of from dairy. Dairy is really a great source of calcium. Few people who are lactose intolerant, they might have a problem with the dairy though, because they can't digest the dairy well. So unless you have that issue, you can have milk, or include the yogurt, or have cheese to have the calcium levels improved in your diet. Now these are the things which you can have. What are the things that you need to avoid for good absorption of calcium? Number one is salt. Reduce the intake of salt. What happens is, when you increase the amount of salt in your diet, the amount of sodium also increases, and excess of sodium is taken out of your body through the urination. Now when that happens, also calcium gets excreted from your body. Number two is alcohol. Yes, alcohol is also responsible for reducing the metabolism. So that will again stop, or again reduce the absorption of the calcium that you will consume via food. And the last one is excess of coffee, because coffee is again the same thing, that it dehydrates you, it makes you urinate more, and when that happens, with excess of caffeine, also your calcium is drained out. So reduce the coffee. Coffee is actually really bad, because one cup of coffee can make you sacrifice about 4 mg of calcium every time. So try to reduce it, try to limit it to 1 or 2 cups a day. And one more thing you can do is, you can add a couple of tablespoons of milk to it, so to reduce the effect of the loss of calcium by giving it extra calcium. So to conclude, calcium is an important mineral of your body. Particularly in midlife, you need to pay extra attention to the calcium levels of your body. Get yourself checked every 2 years or so after you cross 40, so that you know all the levels of calcium, vitamins, everything in your body. And if anything is less, anything is deficient, then probably doctors will suggest you either a lifestyle change, or a diet change, or supplements, whatever it is, and follow their advice. Don't buy any supplements over the counter, and talk to your doctor before trying anything new. Thank you so much. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much. See you next time.